This comment section is crazy. So it says, my friend received her inheritance from her father sometime last month, and she decided to save the money because she doesn't have the use for it now. Her boyfriend decided that he wanted to buy a car and took my friend to a dealership, and she thought he was going to buy, only to find out that he wanted her to do the purchase. My friend left the dealership and relationship the same day and blocked him everywhere. Most men are low-key gold diggers. These comments. My parents signed over their restaurant to me. They wanted to retire. My situationship asked me to marry him a day later over the phone, and he proposed we sell the restaurant so we can buy his parents a little supermarket where I could work to help them. The audacity. My ex-situationship once got mad at me because I bought a golden jewelry set for my mom but refused to do the same thing for his mom. That thing that cost me thousands and I don't know your mom? Why would I do that for her? We weren't even dating. We were just hanging out. My dad passed away and my boyfriend was telling his parents, and his dad asked if I was going to get anything out of it. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like that's not his business, and that's gross to ask. When I inherited a small amount of money from my Nana, my ex said, what are we going to do with the money? My ex was looking for his first car and his budget was $5,000 he had saved. I had $12,000 saved for when I move out or get a car. So he was looking at a few Fords and Kias, and then a BMW pulled in, and my ex went over to look at it and saw the price tag was $16,000, and he looked at me and said, if we put our money together, I could afford that. When I said no, he threw a tantrum and said he doesn't want any car then, and we left. Wow. My ex wanted me to use my tax refund money to buy him a second car so he could park his first car and not put miles on it. I said no and bought myself a car instead. I didn't even have a car, so I actually needed this car. And he asked how much money I had left to buy him a car, and I lied and said none. He proceeded to try to take my new car as the main car for transportation and kept trying to borrow it when there was nothing wrong with his car. What the fuck? When I divorced my ex-husband, he said, well, I hope to stay in your parents' will. This is coming from the guy who complained about being emasculated when my parents gave us money. He always accepted it though. My ex's parents were wealthy, but I wasn't with my ex for that reason. When we got together, his parents called me a gold digger despite the fact that he couldn't hold down a job, and I financially supported both of us, paying all our bills and for him to go on vacations with me. They also liked to tell me my job wasn't a real job because I was just a grocery store manager. Ma'am, your son got fired from Dick's. When I was 17, I saved $10,000 from working every day tirelessly and underpaid. Boyfriend's mom mentioned to me in the car we should put my money into getting my boyfriend a car and they'll let me drive it. I laughed. For 3 months, my boyfriend then argued and cried over it, so I loaned him $3,000 and then he bought it and dumped me. A man asking you for money and to buy them things is a huge red flag. Correct. But women expect to shut up. My ex wanted to take over my parents' company. I paid for practically everything when we were together. He really sucked in almost all possible ways too. Asked my little sister out the day after we broke up. Just trying to marry into this family however he could. I had bought my dream car, and my ex was a carless loser that would use his mom's car from time to time. So when I bought mine, he told me that I was now going to be his taxi and wouldn't contribute at all to gas, and he would always expect me to pay for meals, dates, etc. Yeah, I broke up with him quick. Good. My ex-boyfriend learned that my parents own 8 different houses and acres of farmland within the first couple days of us talking. Then he started talking about marriage just a few days later. But I always brought up prenup agreements, saying that whatever my parents leave for me will remain mine only until I decide to pass it on to my future children. He said he doesn't like prenup agreements. I bet. My ex would go nuts if I wanted to spend money on anything, but he was entirely happy with me paying the bills and his mom buying him 6-packs of Regal king-size cigarettes every week. When I made him pay his way, he would kick off, yelling abuse, etc. Got a couple grand from a settlement. My ex, who was already financially abusing me, got pissed because I wouldn't buy him anything at the mall. I had only gotten my first pair of brand new Vans. Then when I decided to go to the beach without him, he threatened to break up with me. Almost didn't go, but a friend found him on Tinder. So actually, no, Pookie, I'm going to the beach and dumping you. My mom passed away and I got a hefty amount of money from her death. I inherited a house and a few cars. I'm young and I was still in high school, and this guy I was talking to asked, what are we gonna do? I was like, who's we? My little distance boyfriend went to college like an hour and a half away, felt entitled to my refund money. I accidentally told him how much it was because I was excited, and the thought I was gonna front him money for an ounce and dead ass tried arguing with me. God. It's called homosexual. Ex said I was greedy for not sharing my inheritance with him. It was in a high yield savings account not being touched. I got 20 grand from my mom's life insurance. Baby daddy asked me to go buy him a car with it after I found out that he had been cheating on me for 6 months at his work. The last time being 2 days after my mom passed. I once inherited $3,500 from a deceased aunt. Barely knew her, but I was grateful. I told my now ex while he was at work, and he actually got angry at me for being excited even though it was the money we were planning to move in together. I dumped him shortly after. Good. I had an ex find out that my dad is a doctor. He tried squatting in my apartment, claiming my home was his and we both lived there. He had an eviction, had his Mercedes repossessed for back child support for twins I didn't even know about. He just wanted what he thought my family would give him. I threw a beer can at his head and kicked his ass out the same night. Ladies, please stop telling men about your finances. He does not need to know about your inheritance at all. Shut up. What she said.